Oh.
Makes it a little better.
Hello, citizens of YouTube land.
Hey! Specifically of the province of gaming today. Because today we've got a PS3 game for you guys today. And it's...
No, it's not Folklore.
No, it's not Folklore, unfortunately. But we will get to that. Instead, it's another RPG. This time around, we're going to be covering Kingdoms of Alamur Reckoning, which is a 2012 PS3 release, and its publishers are 38 Studios and Electric Arts. The developer was Big Huge Games. And so, yeah.
Electronic. No!
Hey. Actually, this is a really good RPG. It's a really good RPG.
I don't care. EA has
Yeah. We've been through this before. But need I remind you, The Godfather.
That's like one of the only good EA games out there.
Yeah, okay. But this was actually
I'm just playing. It probably is pretty cool.
No, it is pretty cool, guys. And it was at a time when EA still halfway cared about its fans.
It didn't care about money. Nowadays, all you have to say is money, and EA's ugly little head.
It was released in North America on February 7th, 2012. In Australia on February 9th, 2012. And in the European Union on February 10th, 2012. Now, what makes Kingdoms of Alamur unique is a lot of the times, guys, when you think RPG, what are you thinking? You're thinking a Japanese-made video game. But in this case, it's a Western video game. It's a Western-developed video game.
Oh, hey, Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, I know you're noticing that right there. Because 38 Studios founder was Kurt Schilling, and he's a world-renowned baseball player, actually.
Huh.
Yeah. And he kind of got into this. And Todd McFarlane is the game's design artist, as well as most of the monsters that you fight in the game were designed by Mr. Todd McFarlane.
Huh.
Because, and it was, hold on one second. And composer Grant Carhope, which, guys, the music in the game really sets the mood. We're going to get into that in a little bit. It says here that it was praised by its critics for its combat design and graphics. Now, this is the intro for this because we're going to describe more, or rather, I'm going to describe more because, spoiler alert, full disclosure, I've got well over 35 hours into this RPG, so I think I'm pretty qualified to talk about this game. So with that being said, we'll see, or rather, we won't see you, but voiceover us will see you in the next part of the video.
Yeah, so we'll see you then.
All right.
They will
so
see you
take
then.
it away, voiceover guys. And we're here. This is voiceover Dennis. This is Kingdoms of Alamur, as you guys can see. The gameplay, this is the inventory screen. It's where you can do your weapons and armor, accessories, consumables, items. It's where you also find items that you've stored in your trash bin. That's a dispel chest. I decided not to do it. So the gameplay, or the game also has skill trees, if you will, where you're able to use experience points that you get from the game, defeating enemies and completing quests. And there's this mode called Reckoning mode, where when you press L1 and R1 together, when your cage is filled, it's your purple meter on screen here. When that's filled up, you can slow the gameplay down, and then you can perform a really cool execution maneuver that gives you a lot of XP. And that's one of the fastest ways to level up. And as you can see right there, I'm using the chakrins. Those are some of the projectile weapons that you can use in the game. These are what are known as bog hasks that I'll fight. They're basically like giant dog-looking things. And I have a bit of a problem because we got two-step verification on the PS3 here. That's why you saw that. But yeah, so you've also you got these abilities, and they're anywhere from your stealth ability to your dispelling ability to your crafting, blacksmithing, all that kind of stuff. Typical RPG stuff that you find in games, and you spend the points, and as you spend the points, that's when you unlock your different fates, because the gist of the game is you start off as this character that has no fate, that somehow, because you're reborn after dying, and when you're reborn, you don't have a fate anymore. So all that's left is that you are able to control your own destiny. It's one of those type of games where you're able to do that. And I guess you can best describe this as Skyrim mixed with God of War is probably the best way to describe it. Is you got a lot of hack and slash elements.
That reminds me of The Witcher in a way.
I guess, yeah, I haven't really played that. But
if you guys have ever played The Witcher, which I have, it's very much reminiscent of The Witcher.
So you've got all these different quests, and to the right of the screen, I can explain. Those are the special powers that you have. One of them's like a lightning ability. One of them's a quake ability. For this particular character, anyway, because you can map different abilities to your screen there, and you've also got, if you press L2, it brings up your radial, and that's where you'll find a bunch of your potions and spells. And so, yeah, guys, that's basically the gist of it. And I can't really describe the story too much because I've basically just been skipping through it. And even still skipping through all of the dialogue options, as you'll see right here. Even as you're skipping through the dialogue options, this game's probably going to take you anywhere from 80 to 100 hours to complete. And so, yeah, you have a roll mechanic, but you also have a dash mechanic. My advice for most of you guys who are probably more familiar with like God of War type controls, to use the roll mechanic. In fact, I use it. So I'll only really pick the fates that you decide that you want to use more often. This right here was reckoning mode, as I was telling you about, and you press a quick time event basically, and yeah, you get the XP. It's more XP that way. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say about it so far. It's very fun. You can probably find it on the PlayStation Network, and I know that there's also a remastered version out there called Re-Reckoning. So if you guys want it for your PS4s or your PS5s, you'll probably find the Re-Reckoning mode, as I'm playing the original game here on the PS3. So yeah, that's about it. And oh yeah, you can be the biggest attribute that this game has going for it is the mixture of gameplay. If you want to be a sorcerer slash warrior, you can. If you want to be a stealth assassin, you can. If you want to be a thief slash warrior, you can. I mean, there's so many different combinations. So, and it's all up to how you want to play the game. And I think that is probably its strongest attribute. And oh, as mentioned before, it's also got Todd McFarlane designed monsters going for it. So yeah, guys, we'll see you, and enjoy the rest of the gameplay footage, and then we'll see you guys with live action us on the outro of this review. All right then.
And then just press the stop button, Dad, for when you want to stop. Oh, it's all jumbled up in the cords here. Hold up.
Little janky setup here, guys. might edit it down. You guys got a chance to hear the weird voiceover people in the middle part of this. We're back here in the live action outro.
So, as you know, if you know, in the intro was filmed quite a bit ago, actually.
Yeah, we're kind of taking our time with this, being a bit lazy about it.
And the shirts have changed.
Yeah, the shirts have changed and the posters changed, but so yeah, guys. As far as Kingdoms of Alamur goes, I give this game an 8.5 out of 10. It does have some drawbacks because here's the other issues concerning the game. Some of it is a bit repetitive. Some of the quests are more or less the same fetch kind of quests that are in all RPGs, and it would have been nice for a bit more variety as far as that goes. But however, the strongest point is, first of all, the music that kind of sets the tone with the game, and secondly, the graphics themselves. For a PS3 game of like 2012, I think it was, they kind of hold up as far as what we showed you on the middle portion of the game. And also the gameplay itself, as I was describing previously, the fact that you're able to mix up the variety so much. And if you're finding it too difficult, you can always change the settings too at any time. And you one other thing is that you can change your character at any time too. So if you are doing, like I was saying previously, if you were doing a fate where you were doing the roll mechanic, but then you decided you wanted to start experiment and play with the dash mechanic, all you have to do is just go in there, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, you're going to be the totally different gameplay.
Huh.
Yeah, it's kind of weird like that, you know. If you don't like not really weird, but really cool like that, in that if you don't like the way you've been playing, just go in there, switch it up. Before you know it, you're playing a totally different style. So that's what really sells the game. It was a shame because I guess it kind of went over budget from my research, so it didn't do as well as it could have, and I don't think they marketed it as well as they could have.
It's because it's EA.
He's probably right on that. We had freaking Todd McFarlane as the design of the monsters here, and you're not going to promote that, and you're not going to get like comic book fans to be like, oh, Todd McFarlane, I got to check it out, because I know how many people out there love his work. So, I mean, if you love Todd McFarlane's artwork and you love video games, give it a try. Other than that, that's all we really have to say about this one. And I guess next up, because I kind of threw this one out here, next up for me will probably be WWE SVR 2008.
Okay.
And what do you got coming up for us next?
I have a game on the back burner I can do if you guys want it, if you want to continue down the Assassin's Creed timeline, if you will.
Okay. Yeah, so expect Assassin's Creed coming out from the VP, and expect WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 from yours truly. And we'll kind of continue this, and I hope you guys kind of appreciate the way I put this together, because I was the one that did the editing on this particular one, so hopefully it turned out all right.
Yeah,
let me know, guys.
This is all him. All I
it's
did
my
was
first time.
Pretty.
It's my first time kind of doing it, so let me know and help me improve. So I appreciate all the love and support from all you guys out there. And other than that, there's only one thing we can left for us to say, of course, and that is
peace and love from Denny and Son.
Bye.
Bye.